Hello guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. My name is Rabbidluigi, and in the last episode we made a start on the city in the sky, which is still, you know, I'm going to say fairly confidently my least favourite dungeon in the game, and I'm trying not to come into some difficulty by having a problem in a part of my least favourite dungeon in the game. The good news is, as I'm sure you're aware by now, we have picked up another Clawshot, which means that we have unbelievable maneuverability around this dungeon. It's ridiculous how little you have at the start of this dungeon, and then how much you have as soon as you pick up another Clawshot. It's such a simple thing to do. I'm not going to say I question why previous 3D Zelda games didn't do this. The only one I can really point the finger at is Wind Waker, and even then they had the Deku Leaf, which kind of does the same thing. It's getting across large open areas without having to, you know... How would you get across large open areas in a Zelda game? You would use some kind of thing, like the Clawshot. Basically, Ocarina of Time had the Clawshot, which they upgraded to the Long Shot, which meant that you could make larger gaps a lot shorter, a lot smaller rather. Majora's Mask had like a mix between the two. It was a compromise between the Claw Shot, the Long Shot, no, Hook Shot. Hook Shot is there's so many different names. The Majora's Mask was a compromise between the Hook Shot and the Claw Shot. No, Hook Shot and the Long Shot, it was a middle distance. We can do nothing with this at the moment. It was rather early of me to come here, because we've got to make the wind move and make the wind go or something like that, which we can't do now. That's fine. But then in Wind Waker, they had the Hook Shot. Was it still called the Hook Shot? I forget. And that was cool. That was fine. They had the Deku Leaf, so that's how you get across large open gaps. And then in this game, they actually made use of the massive amount of 3D space and gave it a, you know, more interesting purpose. We can do nothing. We can't use the Claw Shot. It's Claw Shot or the Hook Shot. I don't really care what it's called, but I have to call it by its actual name. Otherwise, someone will say, count how many times you called it the wrong name. I don't care. It's an item. You know what it is. I know what it is. I just forget there's so many different names for it. It's almost exactly the same thing. But the good news, above many, that this dungeon is actually suddenly not that bad. It's the same idea with the Lakebed Temple, that before we got the Clawshot, it was a little bit, you know, mediocre, subpar. Some would say annoying. I would probably be one of them to say annoying. I'm going to get some... Oh, yes! I'm going to get some of these birds. Knock them out the sky. Don't you... Whoa, no! That was so inevitable. That was so... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Won't be perturbed by it. But yeah, exactly the same as the Lakebed Temple. That dungeon was annoying, rather irritating. Then we got a Clawshot, and it was actually quite bearable. It wasn't amazing, but the item makes the dungeon a lot better, which I think is a testament in a way to the design of the levels, that they actually use the dungeon item in a way that makes the dungeon better, rather than just make it so that you're jumping through hoops. Maybe it's just better to have the dungeon item so you can have an easier time of what you're doing. Now then, this is like something we had in the last episode. We're Spider-Manning across. It feels so good. You've turned Jackass into some kind of nimble, incredible superhero person. This is, I think, the first room I encountered when I was in this situation that really sold me on this idea. It feels more natural. Maybe the existence of the Hook Shot, Claw Shot, these things. I don't care what they're called. Maybe the existence of these locations where you can latch onto. They don't look not very realistic. They don't look very natural in a way. Why is this here? It's a red spot, which I'm sure has some kind of use, but it doesn't really. So that's something. But it feels more like this room has a natural feel to it. There's great big holes in it. I don't know why there's holes in it. We got lots of arrows. I'm sure there's a reason for that. I don't know. Otherwise, why the fuck did we come over here if there wasn't a use for it? But it feels like this is here because it can be rather than it has to be. And the whole dungeon, the whole room and parts of this dungeon feel more natural because of it, I feel. Maybe that's just me. There are some very squidgy noises around here somewhere, and I'm going to try and work out where they're coming from. That I know... In this room, somewhere, there is a heart piece. I have no idea where the Miiverse stamps are, which, you know, might be a problem later down the line, but at the moment, I'm not going to worry about it too much. What's over here? Nothing's over here at the moment. We can't do anything over here. Oh, can't do anything over here at the moment. Oh, That's fine. This is good, because, like I said, this dungeon only has so much to it. There's only so much you can criticize or talk about or ramble on about for hours at a time. Can we not do anything with this anymore? Do I have to fall off? We need to go higher. I know we need to go higher. We need to just go... This is such amazing range! I clearly underestimated the range of the claw shot. I mean, you've used it enough, but clearly not enough. Not enough. Where do we... Okay. We need to get up. We need to go higher, I feel. But how do we get higher? We just, you know, we ingest the right substances. That is not what I mean. I'm not endorsing that kind of behavior. There's a... that felt like I was moving. Being on that bridge and moving slowly to the side. Oh, that's what I was hearing. We probably want one of these. Go quick. Get the red potion. Get the red potion. It's in the air. Oh, that's guaranteed damage if I ever saw it. Just like... No. Oh, the shield came out just in time. Don't drink the purple stuff. It's not Kool-Aid. I've never had Kool-Aid, I don't think. It's not really a popular brand over here. It's a very Americanized thing. Let's have some Kool-Aid. Oh my god. It's not really... It hasn't really worked its way over here in such a capacity that everyone likes having it over here, but I'm aware what it is, because American culture is something you can barely avoid. That was I want to do that again. I'm going to point it over there. That looks so odd. What even is that? I don't know. We've got to get high. Can we reach that? I swear we can reach that. I mean, where else are we going to go? Game, where else would you like me to go? Jackass's arm has got holes in it. It's clipping through something. What is that? I don't know, but I feel like we need to go to it. I'm wasting lots of time trying to work out where we're going. Is my phone out of battery? It's not. I'm going to work out where we're trying to go. Nope, I'm there. I'll get there eventually. I might be a little bit slow occasionally, but I will get there in due time if I can hit these stupid, crazy, angry Deku Baba things. They have a special name, and I forget what it is. What I failed to notice in this little room here is there was a little switch hidden in an alcove. Why would you hide it in an alcove? What did this place look like before all the floors gave way? I mean, we've seen that the Oku can fly, but how much can they fly? Well, they can hover. They can definitely hover, and in some cases, they can walk up walls, which I'm sure is useful in this dungeon. But how much of this is due to the efforts of the dragon? That there are great big holes in this city. And why is there a dragon here? I mean, are they particularly aggressive people? Did the dragon act out of... I mean, the dragon's probably corrupted by evil power. Maybe the mirror shard, like Yetta was. So maybe that's the reason. Maybe the dragon's a lovely creature and is just having a really bad day. That is a Miiverse stamp. We got the Uku stamp. I still don't know how you say that. It's hard. Uku sounds about right, but it sounds... really stupid at the same time. Gonna like completely ignore you because I don't give a shit about you. I think there was a heart piece in here. Maybe I was wrong. There's definitely a heart piece around here somewhere. Maybe not necessarily in this direct room here, but maybe there's something important. It's bombs. Why do we need bombs? We didn't need... Oh, we did need arrows in the end. You know, let's not shortchange that bit of game design, I'm sure. Where they just put arrows in. Like, a random chest in the middle of nowhere had arrows in, and it was kind of useful in the end. That's, you know, that's good game design. Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, it kind of is. I'm being slightly sarcastic, but not. I can be way more sarcastic. Now then. Anything else? I swear there was something in this room more than above. We haven't been to that room. Not there. There was nothing else. There's nothing else in this room. Nothing else in this room at all. It was just a Miiverse stamp. That's fine. I mean, I feel like I might know where the heart pieces are, but maybe not the Miiverse stamps. How the fuck would I know where the Miiverse stamps are? They're so elusive. I have no idea where they are. This is not even a mini-boss. We had something like this. Oh, no, hang on. One thing at a time, please. I'm going to see you all eventually. This is a dentist chair, dentist appointment. I'm going to see you all eventually. Please be civil. Please be civil. I can't take all this abuse. I'm just a poor old dentist. I'm just here to clean your teeth. I'm going to clean your fucking teeth. Okay, everything's fine. That's why we needed the bombs. I see where they were going. It's intelligent. Maybe we could just have a bombling around here somewhere so we didn't have to put bombs in a chest. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. This, you know, it's got some forest dungeon motifs to this place as well, because there's lots of forest in there. Have we found any water? Feels like all the opening dungeons have water in them somewhere. Haven't found any water, I don't think. Now, this is a room. Lots of things happen in this room. I feel like this might actually have heart piece in it somewhere. We got to be kind of quick with this because it falls down, and we're gonna immediately find one of these and shoot it now. It's some jeopardy to Spider-Manning. Can we turn Spider-Man into a verb? I mean, we've turned him into a superhero. Let's turn him into a verb. To Spider-Man. Yeah, that'll do. To Batman is like a, you know, inheriting a lot of money and using it to fight crime, I feel. Spider-Man or to Spider-Man. We should conjugate the verb of Spider-Man to mean like, you know, to latch to far distant things and to fight Keys, to fight fucking bats. That fell down there. It's good. Stay down there. What's in here? Arrows. Might be useful. I don't know. Can we actually use them here? No. It's the short answer. I mean, there's these guys, but don't even have to do anything. You're just gonna... How's that survival instinct? I know you're angry because I've separated you from your home, which is your little hidey hole. That was... No. Twitchy fingers. Twitchy fingers. Get him in the head. Shoot bats in the head. It feels good, probably. But how is that survival instinct? How does that make sense? You get separated from your little hidey hole, and your natural instinct is to wildly flail towards the general direction of where the attack came from. That is not a good instinct. That's a really bad instinct. That doesn't make any sense. I'm questioning the biology of various parts of this game because it's not elaborated on. Need some backstory to the Deku Baba crazy creatures. Another heart piece. This is probably what I meant by there being a heart piece around here somewhere. We have 17 heart containers, which is absurd, but we are kind of near the end of the game. There's not a lot left of the game after this. We're in not the last main dungeon, that shortchanges some of the last dungeons in the game, the dungeons to come later in the game, but, you know, we're wrapping things up, or at least attempting to wrap things up from a story perspective. We can appreciate the fact that maybe we're doing something's important over there. Don't dawdle on it too much. Gotta escape. The sinking ship is escape. No, the ship is sinking. It's for Titan. No, okay. I don't know. This dungeon brings out all the random tangents that I can go on out of me. That's exactly what it does. Bring out the ball and chain. Gonna get as much use out of this as possible. I'll be surprised if there are many opportunities left in this game for me to use the Dominion Rod. Less so with the ball and chain. You will learn to love the ball and chain. It's so fucking good. It's hard to make the transition from sword attack to ball and chain attack. First time I've been able to finish off one of those fucking assholes, so that's nice. Anything important in this room at all? Not really. Fine, that's good. Let's continue. I mentioned this dungeon's slow. I don't even feel like I'm saying... This dungeon is not confusing, or even that bad. It is slow. It is a slow burner, which is good for, like, if you're cooking meat, that's good, because it becomes incredibly tender. You slow cook, like, pork or beef or maybe something like lamb. Slow cooked lamb is just insane, but you don't want to slow cook a dungeon because the idea of slow cooking meat is you get more flavor out of it. It becomes more tender. It goes if you're cooking it on the bone, it just comes off the bone incredibly easy. That doesn't really apply to Zelda dungeons. I don't think it's ever applied to Zelda dungeons. Zelda dungeons don't get better the longer you stay in them generally, because usually, you know, I appreciate the challenge of a Zelda dungeon, but you want to be out of here kind of quickly. You don't want to spend any longer than is strictly necessary in a dungeon. It's a really bad idea. I mean, that's the idea with dialogue in a game as well. You don't want to say more than you need to in a game. I mean, it swings and roundabouts, because nowadays in games like GTA or like Assassin's Creed, we have like idle dialogue in the background. Maybe you want to have that as a certain amount of realism. You have random conversations going on in the background. There's a Poe over there, which is nice. We found a Poe. That's the wrong button. Press the button. Turn into a Poe. There's also a chest over here. I don't know what any of these chests have in them. Oh, there's a Poe. Poes are scary. I mean, not really. Their design hasn't improved. They haven't become more scary with an 8. What were you doing? I looked away. I looked away because I thought you had that. The posts haven't become... Oh, what is this? Why are you targeting that? Oh, this has gone so much more awkwardly than I would appreciate, but now that the pose are in HD, they haven't become more scary. I understand that now. They're just more highly defined. High definition is not a verb. They are not more highly definitioned. I don't think. They're highly defined. It's a different thing. Is this a Miiverse stamp? I thought it would be, because I have no fucking idea what it is otherwise. It's a big chest. It's a big chest. It's a huge chest, which I'm sure has some use, but otherwise, why the fuck is it over here if it's not something important? I mean, you're drawn towards this part of the dungeon. If you're interested in 100%ing, which is, you know, maybe you should be, because there's some important reward to be gained by 100%ing certain parts of this game. It's taking... I need this thing! Oh, it takes so long. But if your eyes are drawn to the Poe, you also want the Miiverse stamp. Otherwise, why the fuck would you go over there? Why would you think to go over there? There's a Miiverse stamp, you might need it. You don't really need it. You might want it. I'll have to think I'm quite patient. I'm reasonably patient. I have a high tolerance for, not time wasting, but I have a high tolerance for the processes that may take a long time. If you're like a fast food chain, if you're getting an order and it's taking a little bit of time, maybe because I'm British, maybe this is, I can just, hands aren't even on the controller, I can throw it out the window and it won't make it just a little bit lower. Now I can throw it out the window and it won't make a difference. But, maybe I have a high tolerance of people taking their time. I am British. We are good at queuing. Maybe that's a positive stereotype. We have good patience of process. We appreciate the process. I accept that if you're in a queue for a fast food chain and you're getting an order, or someone in front of you is getting a big order and it's taking a while, I'll appreciate that. I'll get out my phone. I'll find something to do. I won't typically, I take pride in the fact that I won't typically do this. I won't typically make a lot of noise or show my casual disgust. It's not even like oh, this is really bad, this is so fucking terrible. No one does that in this country, not really. It's more sort of like casual sighing when you go, oh, it's taking so, just like, it's exasperated sighs. That exasperated sighs are what the great British public is built off of. It really is. I want to go back up here. Can I go down quick enough? Oh, I can't quite make it. That's annoying. I would say, and I feel like I may not be the only one in this position, but the only thing I can really say that I am not so patient about, and I'm patient about lots of things that I've clearly alluded to, I'm not very patient about computer problems. I feel like we're at an age now where computers are working quickly and very efficiently and mostly very reliably. When a computer problem comes up, previous problems with my previous capture device, my current capture device is pretty amazing. The Elgato Game Capture HD. Drop me some money, people. No, that's not you people. That was a joke. It didn't work. It's a very bad joke. Whatever. But the that's doing fine. My issue, the limit of my patience comes when we get into the issue of computer problems and computer issues and process is taking too long, or Sony Vegas, my editing software, like crashing for no reason. That was a weird way of saying reason. That's not what I was after, but it's when computers don't work in the way that you're used to. I think we take computers in general for granted and say that, they should work 100% of the time. If 100 years from now, when we're all brains in a jar, I'm still going to call that, if we live in a hyper-computerized age, then we may also be in an age, nice to get the heart piece, by the way, I knew it was there. We're only after one Poe, which I think I know what that is, but, we'll get to that maybe next episode, because this dungeon's really fucking long. When we live in the highly computerized age in, maybe 10, 15, I don't know the rate of progress now for computer chip funky stuff. I don't know how quickly they're going to be integrated. Things like driverless cars, or cars that just don't even need you to be a part of the process. That kind of stuff. I don't know how quickly they're going to come in. It's being constantly talked about as something that could come in. We don't know how quickly they'll become mainstream and the thing to have, and everyone else who uses a petrol-powered car where you have to sit behind the wheel and actually have you probably have to have a license to drive a driverless car just in case everything goes to shit. I don't know, but well, what was the point I was trying to make? When we live in the highly computerized age, however far down the line that is, I feel like maybe computer reliability will, become a bigger problem, because I fear it will govern our lives in a bigger way, but also, how the hell did we get onto this topic? Don't even know. Patience, that was probably what it was. But, it'll be a bigger problem because it'll be such a large part of our lives, and, if you have a computer in your heart, which controls your heartbeat, and that freezes, that's it's not a good thing, that's an even worse thing. But I fear maybe we'll get to the stage where computer technology is so reliable that we never see a computer shut down. I don't know. Is that a viable future for anybody? Maybe we could say the same about living as brains in a jar, or, you know, getting liquid food through our veins every year or something. I don't know. Something like that. Enough food for a year, and our calorific intake is controlled by the government to stop us all overeating and stop us from rolling around like in WALL-E or whatever it is. Yeah, that was a shuddering look into the future. That is the Poe I need. I see it in the distance. There are 3 flies on my TV screen, which is, you know, I wouldn't notice them otherwise, but we're in a very white area with a very, you know, clear, not even a clear sky, very cloudy sky. Now then, want to get over there. Something important's in here. I'm going to check this out, because what would I be doing in this dungeon? What kind of explorer would I be if I didn't check this out? This is a very important room. We are not actually that far away from the boss fight, as you can... That's very scary. Are you still Helmosaurs? You're absolutely massive. You might be. You're very large Helmosaurs. You're like a, you know, a Helma T-Rex or something. You're like a No, you're like a Stegosaurus on the back, which I appreciate, but you're a little bit annoying to kill. A little bit annoying to kill. That was a... Did anybody else see that sped up animation? I feel like, you know, I was there for that too, but that was a little bit strange. You're very scary. You know that's scary. You got green eyes. You're almost cute. You make a very cute sound in a way, like the little versions. I think they'd actually make the exact same sound. I don't know. Gotta kill you quickly. You're actually being very annoying. I can't even take. Can I use the ball and chain? I have to check. No, I can't even hurt them on the way back. I mean, the ball and chain is the cure-all method for lots of problems, but not that problem, which is a little bit annoying. Let's get this big key. The last big key in the game, I feel. Maybe. Maybe there's one in the last dungeon, I don't know. Look at my hat! It's being influenced so much by the wind, which is coming from over there. Now then. Oh, dear. We need to go get that Poe. We need to get the chest near it, because it could contain something good. I don't know. We have to check. It might be like all the money we ever need in our lives. We may never have to worry about working again. We'll never work a day in our lives. That is a dream. That is the, you know, everybody wants that dream. It's a hard dream to obtain. When we're brains in the jar, you know, we'll choose to work, because that's the only that's the only release we'll ever get from our incredible endless existence or something. Now then, we need to go back to that room. This is important. This takes us down there. We don't really want to go there now. I'm going to check this out. We need to go to there. We need to get the Poe. I would like to get the Poe. I'm getting notifications telling me that people are emailing me. Why are you emailing me in the middle of a recording? I don't, you know, I'm doing things. I'm doing work. This is my work. I'll do the City of Sky. Speed run the City of... My speedrun the City of the Sky every day, and eventually death will take me out of this situation. I don't know. Oh, that'd be a horrible thing. There's got to be a speedrun way through here. I don't think there's like massive, great big skips in this game like there is in Ocarina of Time with crazy warpy things, but or glitchy warpy things. There's a way up there. Can we go up this way? Is it this way? I want to go and I want to reacquaint myself with my Poe brethren or something. It's probably up here somewhere. We're going to take the long way around. I'll take the long way around. Also, I'm sure at least one person has noticed, but there is the dragon. There's the boss fight arena. You know, it's pretty simple. Some would even say predictable, but let's be honest. You want to fight that dragon, surely. You want to take that thing down. It got rid of our bridge. I probably shouldn't use the claw shot on these things, because, you know, they are... No, that's not how you shoot arrows. Natural targeting doesn't... Oh, the spiders. I thought we were done with the spiders. Why are there still spiders in this game? I'm going to consult my lawyer, who's going to... That was... What the hell was that? I was holding left so hard that I swear the control stick was about to be ripped out of the controller, so... You know, maybe that's your problem. I just don't know which direction I'm climbing in, but my control stick is clearly pointed in one direction. I nearly pressed my timer in order to try and turn into a wolf. That's... I mean, they're both touch screens, so maybe that's the issue we're coming into, but... You know, it's a weird problem to have. Very weird problem. Let's get this Poe, and then all we need to do is finish the dungeon. That's fine. We got everything we... No. This used to work so flawlessly. It used to work so flawlessly. Why are there flaws in this system now? Don't give me random chance that it might go wrong, or from certain angles it might not work, because... You know, it was working really well. Really, really well. What's in this chest? It's got a big chest for such a whatever. It's a Are there 3 in this dungeon? I swear, I have no idea how many Miiverse steps there are. Oh, I swear we were at 2 when we got I guess was the first one? Guys, it's so confusing. This is a part of the game which was never around when I played this game originally, and trying to cope with this new strange world we find ourselves in is harder than you think, I'm sure. Okay, There might be 3 Miiverse stamps in this dungeon. I doubt it. I'm glad I went back for a start, but I swear, I'm gonna have to check that back. Someone tell me I'm vastly confused most of the time. Now then, get the fan. Is the fan going? Do we know that the fan isn't going? There was something else. No, I know. Guys, worked it out. Don't worry. I've got this. We need to go in between the fan. That was the point. Then we go down here. And then there's something else in this room. You'll actually recognize this room as the big center room. What this dungeon has for a big center room. And nearby is another one of these. And I also need one of these. So we can actually, go further in this dungeon. We activate the fan, and then those things outside turn round, we can latch onto them, and wait 5,000 years for them to go round in circles. That is... we took a lot of damage there. Or, we took 2 hearts of damage for falling off of iron boots on. I guess that is fair trade in the end. That's not fair trade. Fair play? It's not like coffee beans from the Ivory Coast. It's fair trade. It's not, you can't equate it. You can't... There are no, like, exploitative means of trade for events in Zelda. That doesn't work. Okay. What a weird tangent to go on. I'm going on some incredible... whoa! That fan is violent. To be fair, fans are quite violent in general. I'm not saying you people are. That's a different thing. I also wouldn't consider... I don't really like calling people fans. I don't really like that term, because it implies that you're here for just me. And I don't think there are many people on that... don't really like the term fan, partly because it's like crazy stupid. Not crazy stupid, but the way it's used in this dungeon means that we gotta wait a long time to go anywhere. But also because I never like the idea of if you say that this person is a fan of your work, it then sets him up to just say, I'm not a fan of your work, I just watch you, or something. I don't know. I never like calling people who watch my videos fans. It implies a certain amount of narcissism and obsession, that people are utterly obsessed with my videos. Look at my amassed, incredible, ridiculous, large, massive, I'm just saying massive, great big adjectives now, because it makes me sound smart, but not enough variety in my adjectives for me to actually sound smart. I want to get off on this ride. I don't want to get off on this ride. I just want to get off this ride. What is this? I don't know. It's money. Of course, the large chests now contain money, but I had to check. Otherwise, you know, how would I know? Nobody would know, but, you know. I don't like referring to people who watch my videos as fans. You people, in my eyes, are viewers. People, you can be a fan if you like, but, you know, it implies that you will drop everything to watch one of my videos, which, you know, maybe you do, but I prefer the slightly sort of laid-back... There's a lot of this dungeon left. There's so much of this dungeon left. I thought we were right at the end. We're not quite right at the end, but we'll keep going till we're near the end. Oh, and we've got these clowns as well, but... you know, it's the idea of calling someone a fan. It's like 100% they're going to like what I say, regardless. And the nature of the videos I do means that you're not necessarily going to agree with what I say 100%, regardless what I say. That's kind of, you know, you're here for the topic as well when I talk about countdowns. So maybe I'm going too far into it. Can I actually fight you like a normal thing? Yes, I can do one of these and expedite the process so much. Oh, that feels good. I forgot you could actually fight these, like, normal, Foss people. That's nice. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate it so much. You can get rid of them in one go. That's nice. Okay. Let's try and get this dungeon nearly finished. I mean, the boss fight when we get there is reasonably long, and of course we'll have a cutscene at the end, which means I don't know how long that'll take, but I would like to do quite a bit now because we got the time and the enthusiasm, I'm sure. I mean, I'm gonna be doing the next episode immediately after, but you know, it's thematically appropriate to do it now. Thematically is almost certainly the wrong word, but that's fine. Don't trap me around here. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to go on the other side. How do we get to the other side? Go quick. Go quick. Go, get the claw shot primed and ready. Oh yeah, that was That was slick, I'm sure. Someone looked at that and said, "Oh, that was amazing. That was stunning. I wanna show my 6-year-old son that, and he'll be inspired by your incredible claw shot skills. It's ridiculous. They're gonna show like play of the game. What's the Overwatch thing? Play of the game actually is probably correct, but it was beautiful. Gonna do it again. You're gonna watch. It was amazing. I'm gonna do it again. It's been probably not actually need to do that. Oh, there's a blue potion. Hang on, everybody, stop what they're doing. We need this. Everybody, pause the play of the game montage reel or whatever. I want to play Overwatch so badly. I'm incapable of doing it. I know it's an amazing game. I know I have to mention it in some capacity at the end of the year when I talk about the best games that came out this year, but I can't in good faith say that it was one of the best games that came out this year because I have no way of playing it. That's the problem. Oh, it's a bad situation to be in. You know, just an X amount of money. I think like thousands of pounds have to, like, that's how much is needed to give where I live good internet. And, you know, I don't really want to have to enforce that on anybody. Just for me. It's not even the problem with internet. It's not even that. It's the problem with the latency. Because there aren't any phone lines. There are phone lines out here, but because there aren't phone lines that you can use internet with out here, you can't have like anything other than satellite internet, which has incredible ping times. But you know, it's a first world problem. I won't complain about it too much. I might just go somewhere to play Overwatch. Is that so much? Is that I will pay. I will kill a lot of men to play Overwatch, okay? But we're playing Twilight Princess. This has been Rabbidluigi. This has been Let's Play Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. And in the next episode, we're actually going to finish this fucking dungeon, which is amazing. It didn't take that long. The boss is right there. You know what the boss is. The boss is actually not that bad either, so it's going to be a fun episode. How the fuck did we get into that situation with this dungeon? I don't know, but I'm almost proud of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.